Hello there, welcome back to the Ogre, the old Git Reacts, Reviews and Off Times Reminisces, and another reminisce here, Nagelfar, from way back when. Pulled this image off the interwebs. The CD I've got of this, I'm sure was grey. That's brown, unless my eyes have deceived me, that's brown. Nonetheless, it was quite a revelation, not a revelation. It was an interest. It was interesting to me when I first heard this album, how heavy it was, doomy heavy, in comparison to most of the black metal I've been listening to at the time. So it was. I wasn't shocked. Oh no, I wasn't shocked. I wasn't even amazed at the difference, but I was very interested and engaged by it. To an extent where it's never really, or tracks off this album have never really disappeared off my car playlist. I've got in those days there was mixes on a CD. Nowadays it's obviously on a stick, memory stick. So we'll have a listen, shall we? And see how bouncy a beast it is. Let's go. So, looking back, or not even looking back, thinking about it now, that initial intro isn't far off the mark for sort of having an intro to a goth rock, goth metal sort of song, particularly with the drum pattern. It's almost Adam and the Ants, the drum pattern at the beginning. But thankfully, it doesn't take long before they're dropping chunks on you, and things get a bit more serious. And as I say, back in the day when I first heard this, it did strike me that when I first heard this track, is this going to be a doom sort of track? Those of you who know this song know it's going to kick off in a bit. and praise be for that. But this is a bit of a stomper at the moment, and back in my youth, I can just about remember it. I was a bit of a punk rocker, and two-tone ska came in around that time, and so there was there was all the youth were there with their airwear boots, doing skinhead moonstompy type stuff. And sometimes, listen to this now, I do wonder what size boots you would need to stomp to this. You'd have to go and slaughter a giant, or at least wait till his back was turned and nick him. You might need two of you to carry said boots back. But yes, it is a stomper of epic proportions at the moment. But I have a feeling, as I've already said, that things might get a bit more, gain a bit of momentum shortly. Woohoo! This is a very serious sounding song. It's a very serious sounding album. I don't think there's anything, looking back, on my playlist I've got 3 tracks of this album which I listen to regularly. So the whole album I've not listened to in its entirety for a long time now, but it has this feel to it all the way through, if I remember rightly. And it is, as I say, very stern and serious sounding. I don't think there's much light in it whatsoever, and it is, as I say, heavy. If you compare it to a lot of the black metal bands I was listening to at the time, it was a stampede of elephants in comparison, and a lot of it's down to these drums, of course, which the drum patterns on here are different as well to a lot of the blasting that I heard on other black metal. I mean, at the moment it sounds, technical terms, forgive me, I'm not very good at technical terms, but as opposed to a straightforward blast, this sounds like a gallop sped up, if that makes sense, rather than a straightforward blast. Yes, and again, every now and again we do the guess a band by its sound thing, and I immediately thought of Germany when I heard this. Don't know why, because I had no metric to gauge it against at that time, but it just sounded, I mean, I suppose subconsciously the language used in the songs is song titles might have tipped it that way, but I still maintain to this day that the sound was Germanic. Yes. Anyway, let's go.
Jede Nacht draußen mich vor ihm erwachen. Hin und Gehen von verdorbenen Geschöpfen. Der Mensch ist nicht mehr, was er mal war.
Not so much on this little interlude, but I like watching science programs and all sorts of science programs, but some of my favourites are spacey type science programs and sort of how the Earth was formed and those sort of subjects. Very often they talk about the late heavy bombardment, don't they? Yes, they do. And it seems to me, when you see depictions of it, it's usually asteroids and comets coming in thick and fast and sort of obliterating the Earth's surface. I think this song could have been used in those documentaries as a perfect accompaniment to the depiction of the late heavy bombardment, and I'm sure you'd agree. Anyway, I think we're approaching the blast to the end, or the rush to the end, and far be it from me to interrupt that again. So there you go. In the unlikely event that you could cross a diplodocus with a cheetah, I think that would be the result, that song. Yeah, glorious stuff. Nothing more to say. Clicky bollocks. Catch you next time. Cheerio.